Welcome to Weekly Market Research from Fullerton Markets. Let's dive into the latest market trends and insights. Nasdaq. Stocks plunged Friday as weak U.S. economic data fueled fears of a slowdown and persistent inflation, pushing investors toward safer assets. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 748 points, or 1.69%, to 43,428, marking its worst session of the year and a two-day loss of 1,200 points. The S&P 500 dropped 1.71% to 6,013, while the Nasdaq Composite slid 2.2% to 19,524. Investor anxiety grew as the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index tumbled nearly 10% to 64.7, its biggest drop in years, amid inflation worries linked to Trump's tariff plans. The five-year inflation outlook hit 3.5%, the highest since 1995. Additionally, existing home sales dropped to 4.08 million units, and the U.S. Services PMI fell into contraction, according to S&P Global. NASUSD Daily. After hitting resistance and forming a doji bar, confirming a double-top pattern, the Nasdaq is now targeting the nearest demand level at 21,000. The decline is expected to slow as the market awaits its next direction. Alibaba continues to show strength despite surging nearly 70% in the first 7 weeks of 2025. Alibaba's shares closed nearly 6% higher on Friday, reaching a new 52-week high after the Wall Street Journal reported that GameStop CEO and billionaire investor Ryan Cohen had increased his personal stake in the company to approximately $1 billion. Over the past week, the stock has climbed 15% and has gained 45% in February alone. Despite the strong rally, Nations believes Alibaba still has room to grow. The company's capital expenditures will rise in the coming years, but these investments will ultimately strengthen its artificial intelligence business. BABA, on a weekly basis, has finally overcome a barrier that had been a challenge for the past 20 months. A correction is expected as investors take profits, but $120, once a strong resistance, has now become a major support level in 2025. Gold price dipped on Friday as investors took profits after a record rally, though the metal remained on track for its 8th consecutive weekly gain, driven by strong safe haven demand amid concerns over U.S. President Donald Trump's tariff plans. Spot gold fell 0.1% to $2,935 per ounce. Despite the pullback, gold gained 1.7% last week, hitting a record $2,954 on Thursday. Western investors and central banks are increasing gold holdings, with ETF investors following suit. Traders are also watching the Federal Reserve's interest rate policy, as Trump's inflationary measures could prompt the Fed to maintain higher rates, potentially limiting gold's appeal. However, with continued global uncertainty, gold's long-term uptrend remains strong. XAU-USD on a daily basis has been on a sharp upward rally since the start of the year, consistently setting new all-time highs. With the $3,000 psychological level now within reach, we anticipate a retracement once that milestone is tested. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into these market shifts and their potential future impacts. We are Fullerton Markets.